YSX, Nordics 1.0.9 update, Steam Deck improvements and new features. YSX, Nordics has just received a significant update for its PC version, now at 1.0.9, which brings a host of enhancements including improvements for the Steam Deck, new timeline markers for background music, and much more. This update, released by NIS America and PH3, aims to enhance the gaming experience by adding Steam timeline markers that indicate when new background music tracks are played, optimizing performance for certain hardware configurations, and refining the user interface and font rendering specifically for the Steam Deck. In addition to these exciting new features, today's update also addresses several technical aspects. It includes enhancements to PCSS shadow sampling, resolves issues with Windows 11 that caused input drops, and implements various localization fixes. Notably, this marks the first update for the game since November 2024, highlighting the developer's commitment to ongoing support and improvement. For those who are not yet familiar with YSX, Nordics, it is currently available in the West on platforms such as PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam. Furthermore, the upcoming title, YSX, Proud Nordics, is set to launch on July 31st for the Nintendo Switch 2 in Japan, followed by a release on August 21st for both the Nintendo Switch 2 and Steam in Asia, courtesy of Clouded Leopard Entertainment. Below are the detailed patch notes for the YSX, Nordics 1.0.9 update, as provided by PH3 and NIS America. Hello everyone. We are excited to announce the release of a new update for YSX, Nordics, which includes a variety of new features, general enhancements, and primarily minor bug fixes. New features. Introduction of Steam timeline markers that activate when a new background music track is played. An option for Steam to verify the integrity of the game in the event of crashes while running with Steam enabled. Improvements. Enhanced UI texture and font rendering sampling for low-resolution screens, such as the Steam Deck. Improved quality of PCSS shadow sampling in certain scenarios. Out-of-the-box performance enhancements for specific configurations, particularly with auto extra_host_right_ buffering now enabled by default for Intel D GPUs and disabled for AMD I GPUs. Better compatibility with SDL input, adjusting SDL hints to utilize only X input and HID API. Bug fixes. Resolved issues with the reCAPTURE drill menu list button repeat handling. Fixed a problem in Windows 11 24H2 that caused random drops in raw input when alt-tabbing. Ignored extra user folders in the save location to streamline the experience. Made several text corrections in the French localization. Added a missing Japanese translation for a specific setting. As always, if you wish to revert to a previous version for any reason, you can easily do so using the Steam Beta feature. Best regards. Peter Durante Thoman. YSX, Proud Nordics hits 120 frames per second on Switch 2. Full review and performance insights. Get ready to be blown away. The upcoming YSX, Proud Nordics is rumored to unleash a staggering 120 frames per second performance mode on the Nintendo Switch 2. But here's where it gets controversial. Can the Switch 2 truly handle such a leap in performance, and will it set a new standard for hybrid gaming? Launching in Japan later this month, this title is poised to showcase the raw power of Nintendo's latest console, which packs significantly more horsepower than its predecessor. This means games like YSX, Proud Nordics can now boast higher resolutions and smoother gameplay, a game-changer for fans of the series. According to a report from Japanese outlet Inside Games, via RPG site, the game will feature a special performance mode that prioritizes frame rate, allowing players to experience butter-smooth movements at up to 120 frames per second. For context, the default performance is expected to run at a solid 60 frames per second, which is already a step up for many Switch titles. And this is the part most people miss. This isn't just a port, it's an upgraded version of YSX, Nordics, complete with new story elements, settings, and enhancements that promise to breathe fresh life into the franchise. YSX, Proud Nordics is set to hit Japanese Switch consoles by the end of July, following the local release of YSX, Nordics last October, which also featured a demo on the eShop. While we await news of a global release, one thing is clear: the Switch 2 is flexing its muscles, and YSX, proud Nordics, is at the forefront of this new era. But here's a thought-provoking question: will this 120 frames per second mode become the norm for future Switch 2 titles, or is it a one-off showcase of what's possible? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this is a game-changer, or just a flashy feature? YSX, proud Nordics extended gameplay and features overview. Imagine diving into a world where the clash of fate and magic intertwines with the epic tales of Norse mythology. This is what YSX, proud Nordics, promises to deliver. Recently unveiled in a lengthy trailer, this updated version of the popular YSX, Nordics game is set to captivate audiences with its rich narrative and immersive gameplay. But here's where it gets exciting: the game is scheduled for release on July 31st, exclusively for the Nintendo Switch 2 in Japan. YSX, proud Nordics isn't just a rehash of the original. It introduces a plethora of new storylines and adventure elements designed to keep players engaged. Key features include the introduction of mana action, a mechanic that utilizes magical energy to enhance combat strategies, the expansive all-island map, offering vast opportunities for exploration, and an array of new formidable bosses that challenge even the most seasoned adventurers. Additionally, fans can look forward to thrilling mana ride races and intense arena battles that push the boundaries of traditional RPG gameplay. This game marks the latest installment in Neon Falcom's storied YS series, which has captivated audiences since its inception. YSX, Nordics originally launched in Japan for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch in September 2023, and was later released internationally by NIS America on October 25, 2024. The international version offers dual language support with Japanese and English audio, along with English and French text options, making it accessible to a global audience. The plot revolves around Adel Kristen, a young red-haired adventurer, and Karja Balta, a proud pirate, whose lives become entangled due to a mysterious magical force known as mana. Their quest involves unraveling the mystical bonds that connect them while battling against opposing factions: the Normans, a group of skilled seafarers, and the enigmatic Grieg, whose true nature remains shrouded in mystery. To save the inhabitants of Obelia Gulf, Adel and Karja must navigate their complex relationship and harness the powers bestowed upon them. One of the standout features of YSX, proud Nordics, is the inclusion of solo mode and combination mode. Solo mode allows players to control one character while receiving automated support from a second, perfect for those who prefer a more straightforward approach. Combination mode, on the other hand, enables simultaneous control of two characters, offering a deeper strategic experience. Furthermore, the game introduces a navigable ship, enabling players to explore the vast seas and archipelagos, and even engage in ship-to-ship combat. But here's a question for you: which mode do you think will offer the most engaging experience? Will you opt for the strategic depth of combination mode or the streamlined simplicity of solo mode? Share your thoughts in the comments below.